my thoughts and judgments, and I put them in a place where I won't even pray for them anymore. This happens. We get so bitter against the person that we won't even pray for them. And I really believe that that breaks the Lord's heart. When he dwells within us, haven't you been reading my word? Haven't you been praying to me when it was good for your benefit? I brought you along saved to be where you are, to pray for others. Why did I come to earth? Not for me, for others. And you won't do the same? And when I think of that, I'm like, oh my God, I need his forgiveness more than ever. But in the humanity, things come along. I know I'm never going to be perfect, but in Hebrews it says there's a cloud of witnesses, there's a multitude of witnesses that cheer us on. They're cheering us on to do it right. Come on, Loyd. Don't go through half the day without talking to God. You didn't ask him this morning for thank you for waking me up? Or God's like waiting and it's lunchtime and I haven't even said hello to him yet? So in that time, I know that I can never hurt God enough where he'll leave me, because he'll never leave me or forsake me, his word says. But maybe in that time, I missed something for someone else because I wasn't in the right spiritual frame of mind to be open. How many people shut themselves down from even wanting to be loved again because they don't want to be hurt again? So it's better off I not be with that person or not get in a relationship with that person or not be involved, because that would mean me loving again and I'm going to get hurt again. But just think of all the loneliness and all the time wasted because God was going to use you so much in others' lives that you were going to be the conduit for his love, his peace. Most of all, those who need forgiveness and salvation. How are you going to bring that good news to them? If you're filled with bitterness, it's not going to happen. There's not going to be any validity behind it, and there won't be any power behind it. Because God will use you just to speak to someone. You walk away, and that person, the Holy Spirit, slams them, and they're all done. Like when the pastor told me, lying on the floor crying, you need Jesus. I just wept. It's like as soon as he spoke that name, something happened. So you speak that name, something will happen. So forgiveness will keep you in a right standing with God to be used by him. Because when you really look at it, when you know that you're saved today and what's been forgiven for you to be where you are in life today, what else is there than to give that away? Really, the message of Christmas, that Jesus is coming to come into the world with a message of hope, love, and forgiveness. How are people going to hear that? They're not going to turn on the TV. Oh, yeah. They're going to hear it through relationships by examples of everyday people like us. Examples of the forgiveness of Christ. Love prospers when a fault is forgiven, but dwelling on it separates us from close friends and from Christ. I don't want to be separated from Christ anymore. And it's a daily struggle. And you've asked people, and people have answered when you ask them, how are you doing today? I'm struggling. Okay, good. You're supposed to struggle. Struggle will make you stronger. God will allow the enemy to tempt you, to get you through the trial that he wants to get you through to make you stronger, to get you what? To the next level, because he wants to use you at a next level. But if you remain stuck and stagnant here because you don't want to go through temptations, you don't want to expose yourself, make yourself vulnerable, your heart vulnerable to be hurt again, that is another opportunity. I'm not saying I want to be hurt. Don't. Or offended. No. Don't want that Cuban pride rising up. But I know that when it comes, I try to look at it in a different way. Here's another opportunity to forgive. And the word forgive, everything behind it that I've been speaking, here's another opportunity for Christ to come in. Here's the opportunity. And the level of hurt that we receive sometimes is intensified or enlarged basically by the people who are we're calling to blame for it. It's easier, or it feels less hurtful when it's just coming from somebody, a passenger on the bus, or if it's coming from a loved one, maybe your spouse, maybe your child. Really hurts. I remember there used to be an old song, "You always hurt the ones you love." It's easier to hurt someone when you love them. It's an open door. Because you figure, oh, they're never going to leave me. Well, maybe that person won't be around for long, or maybe you'll never get a chance to say, I'm sorry the way I've acted and treated you, and took your love and forgiveness for granted. And that's my prayer to the Lord today. Lord, forgive me for taking your forgiveness, your mercy, your grace, and your love at times for granted, thinking that you'll always be there, or that I will always be there to receive it. Thank you.